Ah! Shit! Fart! Look! Hi. Hello. It's me. Dan. Of Dumb. Freedom Planet today. And then followed by Freedom Planet 2. It's the Freedom Day. What is horror month? Horror game? What's that? What are you talking about? That sounds stupid. Honestly, I probably should have, but I just wanted to play short games. Like, I could have done like a Castlevania, but I'm not really good at like the short platformer Castlevanias. So I didn't. Whoops. Alright, well, time to shut that off. Get the game audio up. Hold on, where is that? Where is it? There it is. Also get rid of this stupid image. There we go. And then call Du Bois. Where Du Bois? There's Du Bois. There we go. There's Du Bois. Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's alright. How about you?
I'm doing alright. Yeah, let me hit this button since this game costs nothing for PC resources. And I'll do the same thing when I switch over to 2 after I beat this game.
Neat.
I played that Bubsy demo the day after we streamed. It's really good.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Like I said, I'm not actually surprised considering I knew who the devs are. I was like, yeah, they make good games, it's gonna be good. I don't know how to deal with the fact that Bubsy is going to have a good game now.
Maybe it's okay, they might still fuck it.
I don't think they will.
There's still time, Dan.
I don't think they're gonna fuck it up. Whoop. Also, the Ninja Gaiden creator died, or well, the 3D creator and Dead or Alive creator.
Aw.
Actually, I'm a
Well,
little
it sounded more
surprised by that one.
sarcastic. What?
Huh. I guess he was older than I thought. I'm just a little surprised. Oh god, I'm doing terrible.
Yeah, but people die for, like, any number of reasons.
Hunger, boredom, the desire to be the world's fattest man. Uh-oh. Oh wait, no, I forgot there's no pits in this game. Or, well, not in this level. There are pits in this game, but only, like, in one level, and I'm not there yet. I'm almost there, though. I gotta get out of here!
You gotta get out of here.
One of the changes I really like that they did in Freedom Planet 2 is, in this game, like, all of your oh no. I'm in danger. Okay. One thing that they did in Freedom Planet 2 is where, like, you see, like, a lot of my actions like this also take out that energy gauge. Only your, like, big special move, like this, takes that energy gauge up into. Which is something I like, because going back to this, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that it. I like this game a lot, but I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, oh no, well, here's where I die. Oh no, I forgot. I have a couple of tries before that kills me.
Evil gore.
It's been a little bit since I played through the entirety of 1. Ow. The final boss in both of the games is really tough, though. Carol is actually best at beating him because she can abuse invincibility frames a lot easier than Lilac can. Because she's got that shun. Good.
I think you have to be called Carol. Who really wants that?
Ah, I should have stopped. I don't know why I kept moving.
See, I forget if we talked about it before, but they announced they're doing a Nightfall movie.
I don't think we did. Because this isn't registering to me.
So yeah, they've announced they're finally gonna do Nightfall.
Threatening us with Nightfall.
Well, it's kind of interesting, because Nightfall's Nightfall as a story has like a few great moments, but there's like sandwiched between a whole bunch of bullshit.
The one thing they also changed into is these guys are not nearly as tanky.
That's good. But I mean, like, Bane, like the Bane stuff, like Bane blowing up the Arkham to force Batman to have to run himself ragged to catch all of the go and catch everyone. That's cool. Bane beating the shit out of him, breaking the Batman. That's the cool moment. That's the hype moment. And then you just get into the John Paul Valley stuff, and it's just like. See, part of the problem is Nightfall. I don't think works in a world where Dick Grayson exists. Because, like, why wouldn't he be Batman? Why would why would it be Jean Paul Valley, a guy who only, like, I don't really know if he has a whole lot of history before the Nightfall stuff. And, yeah, I know, Nightfall is designed to be, like, their whole, but people want people want an edgy 90s Batman, and we'll give it to them, so then they'll hate it. And then it's like, I could tell that story, but in a better way, I feel. And it's annoying because also, like, part of the reason why Nightfall has never been adapted before is because, like, Bruce Timm famously hates Bane and Nightfall.
It seems like a lot of people that adapt shit just do not like Bane.
It's because a lot of people. Well, it's sort of a combination. There's a Bruce Timm genuinely doesn't like Bane because he just thinks he's dumb. And most studios don't really get Bane because they think he's just the big dumb muscle.
Which he's not.
Well,
but and him not being the big dumb muscle is what makes him interesting.
Part of the problem is that Bane has to be an event villain, you know, to really make him work. So something like a Nightfall, where like you have a whole bunch of build up into and lead into like confrontation with Bane because he's such a big threat, which they don't really like to do, or at least they didn't want to do in Batman the animated series, and they didn't want to do in like movies. Like I said, the general thing with movies was they just kind of assumed that because Bane was big and strong, he must be the big dumb muscle guy who Batman has to outwit all the time. Or in Nolan's case, it was the haha, you idiots think I'm going to do Bane, but I'm actually not. I tricked you. I subverted your expectations before it was cool.
Nolan's a hack. I'm sorry, that just kind of... What was that?
I mean, Batman movies have definitely been overrated and have done, like, actual damage to the character.
DC in general, let's be fucking honest. It took us now to get out of it. Because Zack Snyder is just a continuation of that.
We might still technically be it, because Matt Reeves is also a continuation of that exact same. Okay, guys, we're going to do a bold new take on Batman. What are we going to do? Dark and serious and real.
So, from what I understand, that's not in the same continuity. That's basically, that got greenlit doing it, and then there's gonna be whatever the actual Batman for this new shit's gonna be.
Yeah.
Because apparently people like that movie, but I'm not watching that movie. It's way too fucking long. Batman has no right being 3 hours long.
Oh, I watched the movie. I didn't like it.
I like, you might have both described it this way, which would be really funny. I like my one friend describing it as they had two endings and they wanted to do them both, and they did them both anyway.
I don't know if I describe it that well. I think it's they had like two. I think it's more they had like two scripts and they insisted on doing both.
So basically, you have similar like critiques, if you think it's funny.
Well, I mean, my critiques are a lot more layered in that the movie is sackless.
Oh no, trust me, she is a giant comic book nerd too. She's like the other person I talked to about. No, it's actually funny because you're both British and you had similar references to it, or like quips about it. And also, like, the only other person I know of who's a giant comic book nerd.
Maybe we should hop in a call one day.
She did pop in the chat the one time when she was on vacation.
Yeah, fair.
The thing. She's probably. Oh no, she'd definitely be awake. But I'm not sure if she's working right now or not. I mean, yeah, you're awake.
One day we'll have to do that. That'll be interesting. As for what I hate the movie, which it's sackless, right? You don't care about spoilers, do you?
No.
So, like, the big through line for Bruce is that, you know, there's the whole thing about maybe Thomas Wayne was corrupt and evil and etc. And it's like, because, you know, he was friends with Falcone and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, if you're going to do it, just actually do it. Because the whole twist reveal is that basically Thomas Wayne was running to be mayor or governor or senator or some like form of government. And there was some like reporter who was like going to report on him cheating on his wife or something. And like in a very Thomas à Becket manner, if you get that historical reference, Papa Wayne spoke to his good friend Falcone and was like, man, who can rid me? If only this problem with the reporter could just go away. And then Falcone, being a fucking psychopathic mobster, just killed him. And then, you know, it's like, no, I didn't mean that. I meant, like, you know, talk to him. It's like, oh, well, I thought we had discussions about these needlessly ambiguous terms.
Listen, if you're I'm a fucking mob boss psychopath. If you say take care of him, I assume that means you want me to kill him. What? God, jeez, you gotta be more descriptive, man.
So what's meant to be like the whole emotional through line of the movie is like, oh no, what if Thomas Wayne was corrupt? And it's like, okay, Thomas Wayne isn't corrupt, he's just a fucking moron. So it's like, okay, like, if you're gonna do shit, if you're gonna go for shit like that, just have the balls to just say, okay, Thomas Wayne was a dick. Like, what does it matter for, like, the overall narrative? He's already fucking dead. And Superman 2025 did that plot, and it worked. And then there's just, I fucking hate their version of the Riddler, because A, he's not the Riddler, he's just some useless incel cunt who they couldn't beat, who they would like, well, we don't want to do Joker just yet, because the cool thing now is to do one thing without the Joker, and then immediately go back to the Joker. The Joker, baby. So we got to do the Joker without doing the Joker, so that it's a big surprise when we do the Joker. As seen in like the Amazon Prime show Caped Crusader, where they have, controversially, they have Harley Quinn before they have the Joker, and it's like, I mean, we all know what you're doing. You're just doing the Joker without doing the Joker, so you can pretend, actually, we're better than that because we're not doing the Joker. It's like, why do you just actually not do the Joker? You know, whole show or movie or movie series where you're like, maybe we just don't do it.
Speaking of Joker, I like it better when the Joker isn't some Machiavellian, like, has these schemes within schemes of genius, and is just does random stupid shit. And like he can't like I also hate how so many of them make him be like this like skilled hand-to-hand fighter and shit, and I'm like, no, that's stupid.
Yeah, I mean that one's always dumb. Like, I'm fine with him having plans or whatever. What I don't think is fine is the just pure overexposure of the character at this point, and the fact that everything has to be like, haha, one-upmanship, edgelord bullshit. Or what if I cut off my own face and then staple my face to my face?
I want the Joker to do stupid shit like pie people and crap again. I want him to be able to do that crap again. You know, be a fucking clown.
And it's kind of remarkable, like sort of evidence as well by all the movies is that they also like producers and directors and writers just don't get any other villain that's not Joker anyway. Because I mean, you know, you look at like, for instance, like going way back, you know, Tim Burton movies go from the Joker to Penguin. Okay, so Penguin's whole thing is he's a short, weird-looking, he's a short guy with a thing with birds, and you know he dresses in this fine suit tux. You know he's the Penguin. Okay, well now we're going to turn him into a horrible sewer monster who bites people's noses off. And
yeah, he was just kind of like a weird, eccentric crime boss guy.
Yeah, his thing was he was just short and fat, and he wore a suit. Like that's why he was called the Penguin, because he just visibly looked like a penguin. And then Tim Burton was like, okay, weird sewer monster. Okay, so that's not really doing the character. Okay, so then we go to the next movie, and it's like, okay, Two-Face without like any of the actual backstory, because it all happened off screen, because we had to change actors. We hope nobody will notice. And Riddler, which is Jim Carrey doing 90s Jim Carrey things. Which
It's
is
Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey.
He's doing what he was paid for. I don't fault him.
Yeah.
I don't.
And I won't lie, he is the most entertaining part of that fucking movie. I'll be fair.
But is it the Riddler? No,
No.
not really. Is that Two-Face? Fuck no, is that Two-Face? And you know, Batman and Robin. Actually, arguably, maybe Mr. Freeze is the closest we get to a faithful adaptation, because he is more like 60s Freeze than anything.
You know what's funny? Their Ivy is closer than a lot of the Ivies we get, especially nowadays.
Okay, so Batman and Robin. But, you know, Batman and Robin also commits the cardinal sin of what if Bane was just a big dumb guy.
Yeah.
So we skip. Okay, so alright, maybe adaptations, but surrounded in a terrible movie. Okay, so then we hop over to Batman Begins, and Ra's al Ghul. I guess it's technically close to Ra's if you're not going to do magic stuff. You know, that's fine. Scarecrow's fucking awful.
Oh, I will say, one thing I've noticed, and this is a good thing, is that people are starting to get tired of Batman where they don't let him deal with supernatural bullshit. Like, I've noticed more people are starting to be like, okay, we're tired of quote-unquote realistic Batman. And I'm like, oh,
so
finally, you're where I've been for the last several years. Thank you.
We hop over quickly to Dark Knight, because most of Dark Knight is Joker, but we are going to point out how it's a fucking awful version of the Two-Face story, because it wraps it up in 5 minutes. What if Harvey Dent wasn't Batman's friend, and also just died? He became Two-Face for 10 minutes and then died. Cool.
I like how the ending is so fucking comically stupid. Like, it makes no sense when you think about it for like 2 seconds. Like, oh no, don't tell them. They need to have their hero and tell them he's dead now and I killed him. I just murdered him randomly. That'll keep the citizens' hope. What?
Also, Gotham can like vaguely be a little bit fascist. Like, just like, by you know, using an act to arrest a bunch of criminals on like faulty charges. Like, that's the core of the movie. Oh, that's the core of the Dark Knight Rises, right? Like, oh no, we can't let people know that Harvey Dent was a bad man, because then that means that the legislation we passed in his name doesn't go over, gets thrown out, and all those people get to walk free. And I'm like,
that's not how that works.
Maybe that's just saying that maybe that's just saying the cases you built were questionable, and maybe you should have done your jobs better.
Yeah, at best that's that. Otherwise, no, because that's not how the law works, bucko.
Yeah. So. Okay, and then we get to like the whole thing of fake Talia al Ghul bullshit. Ugh.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah. Also, we can then do the surprise gotcha where you thought Bane was a serious villain. He's not. He's a joke. He's a loser. Haha, gotcha. But yeah, great. And then you know we get to Riddler in The Batman, which is like just not the Riddler at all. And fucking I think what annoys me the most is the scene where Batman and Gordon are like sat around, like they're questioning, like, oh, what's this clue? A rat with wings. What did it mean? Pigeons? The penguin of all people has to go. A rat with wings, a bat. And then hits them with the world's greatest detectives, you two are. It's like,
More like Ace Defective.
Fucking a rat with wings is a clue that stumps Batman.
That line is so stupid. You know what? It deserves just getting in the edit of Yukari and 3 going more like Ace Defective. That is so fucking terrible.
Yeah, well. So, yeah, like, Batman movies are pretty bad at adapting villains who aren't the Joker, shock horror. And yeah, it's like 3 hours, it's just too long, it's too boring, and then it just kind of goes in some weird directions. But it doesn't, like, as I said, it doesn't commit. Like, if you're gonna do the whole, what if Thomas Wayne was a dickhead, then make it so Thomas Wayne, make it so he was a dickhead. Don't just do this, oh, no, he just said to Falcone, and Falcone was like, yeah, I guess, yeah, and Falcone just misinterpreted it. Literally, it's the fucking Mitchell and Webb sketch. It's the, well, don't you remember when you said it wouldn't be tragic for an unfortunate accident to befall the detective, and then we all just sat around waiting for an accident to happen?
It's like that, except for, you know, played straight, and you're supposed to believe it's actual drama. instead of a joke.
Across 3 hours. Like, I'm sure, like, on a technical level, the movie is fine, and you know, the cast will do a good job. Like, I think everybody was actually well cast. I wound up liking Robert Pattinson a lot. I just wish he was in a movie that I didn't really.
I mean, sometimes you'll get good. I mean, sometimes you'll get good casting. Like, that was that fucking shitty New Mutants movie. Like, they have a really good actress choice for fucking Magic. Damn shame she's in that movie. You know?
I keep forgetting there was a new movie. Anyway, moving along, so we
yeah.
keep doing it.
You know, you're right for that.
You know, there are
or
just
like, what was it? I still think, I'm forgetting the actor's name now. The MCU Spider-Man.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. I was forgetting his name for some fucking reason there. Like, I think he is a good choice for a younger Pete, or at least was at the time. But his script was terrible.
I mean, yeah, I say, but we're complaining
like,
about comic book movies.
Yeah, we're basically right now we're just talking about like, hey, I think this person was a good choice for this character, sort of thing. But the movie they were in was terrible, sort of thing.
Which one specifically?
You go and then I'll go and then you go again.
I was saying that the cast of The Batman was good. I just don't like The Batman. Then Dan was saying he liked Tom Holland. He thought Tom Holland could have been a good younger Spider-Man, just in a better movie.
And then I also mentioned that New Mutants movie where I was like, yeah, the girl they got playing Magic is a good choice. It's just she's in that movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like if they gave her. So I'm sorry, because I'm a fan of the character, I have to look at that and be like, man, that's a good choice for the character. Damn shame about that movie.
I was actually talking to someone about the Batman yesterday.
Oh yeah.
He said it runs a little. He said it runs about twice as long as it has to.
Yeah, that's actually what we mentioned that like at the start, where I was like, that's why I've never seen the movie and we'll never see it. It's because it's way too fucking long.
And also they say it seems like halfway through they realized the Riddler had a point and were quickly backtracking.
I mean, I did say the fact that they go, oh man, Thomas Wayne is bad, or is he, or isn't he? And then it's like, oh, he just said to Falcone, man, it sure does suck that I have this reporter around me. You know, wouldn't it be great if he just disappeared? But then Falcone, being a mobster, was like, okay, can do. And he killed him. And then Thomas Wayne was like, I didn't leave you to kill him.
Mila?
Like, how was I supposed to know that you might misinterpret my words? And that guy wanted to be a politician. I don't see any swastika flags in Stately Way Manor.
When you said that, I'm just picturing the scene from Father Ted with that one priest fucking quote-unquote World War II room in the cut when they zoom out in the room and you see all the memorabilia and the giant fucking flag.
There was some senator's office who had a Zoom call, and today it came out that it treated the Zoom call so I could see the swastika on their fucking wall. I don't think it was the senator themselves who had the Zoom call, but it was their office, or was like at their office, so someone in their office had a swastika up on the wall and nobody said it was bad, so yeah, that's funny. Oh, it's not funny. I'm going to laugh anyway.
It's how we cope. It's my coping mechanism. How do you deal with it? I laugh and make a joke, and then I cry on the inside later.
Yeah, sometimes I have to pace myself when I hang out with my other group.
Ah, they don't let you be you.
Yeah. They're not about dark humor and saying horrible things and laughing about them. They're like, don't remind me of that. Don't remind me of reality. Life. I prefer to just pretend it's not happening.
Yeah, well. What was I gonna say? I mean, there's nothing wrong with a movie being long. It's just a matter of like how you pace it, like or the context, right? Like I think the Lord of the Rings movies being long is a good thing in their favor because it helps sell the whole like.
Oh yeah, I think like even though those movies aren't my thing, their length is totally understandable and makes sense.
Yeah, because not only is it like, yeah, you've got all of that to get all of those books to get through, or pages.
And those books are fucking thick.
But also, like as I said, it has this air of gravitas to it that you kind of need for a story like that. Well,
Yeah.
I don't think you need to do King Kong for 3 hours.
How about The Hobbit in 2 parts?
Yeah. Sorry, it was in 3 parts.
Oh, I forgot they did that. You're right. Fuck.
It was 3 parts.
Actually,
Also,
I remember
set up
after they
4.
did Lord of the Ring, the last book in like 2 parts, wasn't it? Didn't they? Was it? No, it was Harry Potter that did that.
Yeah,
Where
they
did that, and then everybody was doing that for a little bit, where they were splitting their final book into 2 parts.
Half the reason King Kong is so long is because they were adding everything that was ever deleted from like previous versions of the movie.
They had like the one. They added like the one scene, which was the pit
That was it.
scene,
I thought they did more.
No, basic. Well, like a couple other things, but nothing that like equals like 3.
I know there was like the spider pit thing, which they deleted from the original movie because they thought it looked stupid.
Yeah,
With
so
1930s technology, it probably did, and then it was like just lost forever.
It does still exist weirdly. It's like a hobby. Anyway, the point is that like. I don't even think it's that. I think it's more that Peter Jackson was like, oh, well, I've now made my fortune off of being the long movie guy. I'm going to keep being the long movie guy. And then
Possibly, yeah.
Pan out that way. Like, the whole point is, like, you need to have, like, a brand as a director if you want to be, like, a superstar director. Like, Spielberg had a brand.
He was like the summer blockbuster guy.
Well, not even just that. You can, like, if you look across, like, a lot of Spielberg movies after like Jaws, you kind of start to see a lot of very similar traits, like it's like father and son, like being set, like having like a divide between them, kind of thing. Hook, E.T.
Even if you want to argue, you could say Grant basically starts acting like a dad to those 2 kids.
Yeah, there's like this whole thing about paternity in like a lot of Spielberg movies. Part of his whole like family thing. You see, as I said, you watch enough of them, you see like the threads, and you're like, yeah, this is Spielberg.
Yeah, like now that you said that, I'm like, yeah, wait, shit, you're right. I never really put 2 and 2 together on that.
Yeah, like basically after Jaws, there a lot of them do just have like fatherhood as like a sub thing, and like the relationship between fathers and sons. Like the second Jurassic Park movie is probably like the big exception because it's about the sub theme is about father and daughter.
He mixed it up a little bit.
Yeah, and then you remember that T-Rex is also about a father and son. Well,
fuck, you're right. Shit.
Yeah. As I said, that's kind of the thing, is that if you want to be like a superstar director, you need to have a style. It's like J.J. Abrams with his mystery box is a style. It's a dog shit style, but it's a style.
God.
And I think
I saw that the other day, and I think there's a single like J.J. Abrams thing that I actually even like.
I mean, I think the first Star Trek movie is fine, or the
first one's okay.
I think the biggest issue I have is just basically like it's not really a Star Trek movie. It's like a Star Trek meme movie because everybody is the meme version of their characters.
I get it.
Like, which is dumb, but
the only thing that bothers me is that they're like, "Hey, Kirk, you're the captain now," even though you're like literally just graduated the academy.
He got Spock to punch him once, and that was enough to get him like stop from being captain. Well, I'm glad that's the case, and nobody in Starfleet will ever succeed after hitting anybody. Meanwhile, with Worf, but yeah, so if you want to be like a notable director, you have a style, and while he could Peter Jackson's thing could have been being like the bloody violent horror movie guy. It's a much harder market to sell en masse in the way that makes Lord of the Rings money. So I think that's the predominant reason why King Kong is as long as it is. But like I said, length of a movie isn't necessarily bad. Do you feel like that length was being put to use?
Yeah, was it Superman movie? The new, 2 hours, a little over 2 hours long, and it sure as hell didn't feel like it.
Yeah, it clips along at a good pace, and make use of the time they have.
Yeah, it's just a well-made movie.
It helps that it straight up just starts, but yet he's Superman. He just got beat up. They don't spend half the movie telling the origin again.
Yeah, they don't do the people started referring to as the surfing Dracula thing, where it spends half the movie trying to get to the concept of the movie. Like, you want to see surfing Dracula, but we're going to have to spend like an entire movie or season getting there.
Which, thinking about it, the Batman does the same thing. It's
Yeah.
like, he's Batman. He did Batman for 3 years.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you all know the story. Let's just move on.
Yeah, but then they spent a fucking hour even getting to it, even something close to a plot.
That is true.
Like,
It's mostly just him looking angsty.
yeah. As I said, I think Robert Pattinson was a surprisingly good Batman and Bruce Wayne. I just wish he was in there, but in a movie I didn't hate as much. Or, I'll put it this way: the Batman is the sort of movie where I wish it had a face so I could punch it. Not necessarily because I think it's the worst movie ever. It's just very frustrating, you know. Sometimes, you know, these.
Not even the worst Batman movie ever. I mean, you have Batman and Robin.
Yeah. A lot of contenders for a bad Batman movie.
True.
I mean, does Batman
Yeah.
versus Superman count? It's not technically only a Batman movie.
His name is front billing, so I will count it as a Batman movie. It's
Okay,
it's
I'm
both of
remembering.
them.
I'm starting to slowly remember the pattern of this boss.
And it sucks for both of them.
Yeah. There are still people like hoping that somehow. There's people still hoping somehow, hope beyond hope that somehow like Snyder first returns and they just make their second Justice League movie and like they're not, and like half the cast that had such a miserable time they never want to play these things again are gonna come back and like they're gonna turn back time, so it's not hasn't been 10 years between.
Wow.
Like
Good luck.
like Affleck was just at the border age where he was too old to play Batman in Batman versus Superman and Justice League, and now it's 10 years later.
I mean, I think basically all of those actors have gone on to bigger and better things. You know, Jason Momoa is busy like doing chicken jockey shit or whatever that movie was about.
Yeah, Jason Momoa likes being Aquaman, so he'd probably come back.
He probably would come back, but he's also got like other shit going on. And Henry Cavill is like
Affleck doesn't want to come back no matter how much they paid him because he had such a miserable time, and being Bruce Wayne Batman was the role of a lifetime. So it really shows how badly Warner Brothers fucked up that like they made him go from this is the greatest moment of my career to I hate Batman now and I never want to see him ever again.
to hello darkness, my old friend. I mean, Henry Cavill probably would come back, but also, you know, isn't he in like Marvel now, or will be?
I don't know. I mean, Jason Momoa is going to be in the new DC movies, just not as Aquaman.
It'll be someone else.
All right, eat
He's
shit,
Lobo.
motherfucker.
He's going to be Lobo.
That'd be neat.
In fact, I don't even know if they're going to do another Aquaman or if they're just going to have him be MIA.
I mean, probably just not bother with Aquaman.
I mean, the Justice League is basically, you know, like the Trinity and then whoever they feel like slotting in.
I mean, part of the problem with like having Aquaman as like a mainstay is that Aquaman's only really like interesting when you're doing like all of the Atlantis stuff, and well, kind of already done all the Atlantis stuff, and best not to do it again. At least not like now. Do other stuff. Do other characters. You know. Hey, Mr. Terrific was cool. People like Mr. Terrific again. Do other characters.
Now they don't have to throw in Cyborg.
Can someone, for the love of God, do my fucking Booster Gold and Blue Beetle buddy cop movie?
I want it so bad.
Come on! It writes itself! Or maybe we could do Martian Manhunter. Guys? No one? Okay. Just me.
I don't know. They've been trying to get him right like twice and it didn't work.
Remember that one Superman animated movie that just fucking kills him?
Which one's that?
The one with Parasite. Doesn't he just fucking annihilated in that movie?
Oh, he dies. Oh, he like fake dies and then he comes back.
Oh, okay. It's been a little while.
Yeah, he like returns. Nobody dies in that.
Nobody ever dies.
It was a fine enough movie, but it's not like my favorite. Superman
That's probably why I don't
movie.
remember, because I just didn't really care for the movie all that much. Like, I didn't hate it, I just didn't really care. I watched it once and it kind of left my memory.
Yeah, there's plenty of other ones where I have fonder memories or I'm more eager to rewatch. like Superman vs. the Elite, I'll watch bunch. All-Star Superman's great. Superman, Batman, Public Enemy.
I think Superman vs. the Elite's a good way to show somebody a shorter film and be like, okay, you see this? This is why I like Superman. It's good. It's an easy way to explain when people look at you like you have 3 heads when you try to explain it in words. Say it.
Superman vs. Elite is the good Nightfall.
Yes.
The world where Nightfall isn't surrounded by dumb bullshit, including Azrael. You know, the central antagonist of the whole fucking story. Oh, I don't think Batman does like big event stories well as like an overall like as like a concept.
Yeah.
I think you can have like overarching plots and like things where I think like event stories tend to suffer. Because I think part of the problem, and it's kind of like my old complaint with the CW stuff, is like after you establish like Batman is good friends with all these like basically gods, the question becomes, why if he's struggling doesn't he just call Superman or Barry Allen or any number of these people who have
and it's not even like Superman would ever say no, because like I was thinking about this, like, so the difference between like say like when you talk about like a big good versus a big bad in terms of a character, Darkseid is less likely to step down from his throne to deal with some fucking peon, where Superman just sees like something minor and he just happens to be there and he'll just like he'll just kind of come down and take care of it real fast and then go on about his day.
Yeah, he'll save that squirrel.
It could be something very minor or small because that's how he works. It could literally, like, the whole joke of, like, oh, helping an old lady across the street. Yes, he would actually do that. He would stop what he was doing and just help an old lady across the street real quick and then go back to what he was doing.
Yeah. As I said, like, when you're doing, like, these big
I assume he just does this because, why doesn't Batman call on Superman to help him? Because he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I get that on, like, the day-to-day things, because it's like, why would you use, like, a hydrogen bomb to, like, you know, stop a mugging?
It's like, oh, man, the Penguin's, like, laundering money, better call Superman.
Yeah, like, stuff like that is fine, but when you're doing, like, big event stories where it's like, oh, Gotham is, like, basically fucked.
Where you have, like Ra's al Ghul has planted bombs all over the city, there's 100 of them, and if you don't solve this riddle, call Superman.
Yeah, just, like, you know, you can have your pride all you want, Bruce, but, just call Clark.
It's like
hey, Clark, there are this many bombs, I need you to use your...
He, like, grapples up at the top of the lab and then grapples in, and Superman's like, I could've just carried you in. And he goes, I hate it when you do that.
Yeah, but that's because they're boyfriends.
It's true.
Like,
the easiest solution with that would literally be, like, calling him up and then being like, alright, I know you don't know how to disarm bombs, just use your hearing to find them, take me to the bomb, I'll disarm them, and we can have this done in an afternoon.
You know who can disarm bombs? Zets. Right, there's like a joke where in Kamen Rider Z, well, I say joke, it's like a thing where he's fighting a bomb monster, and luckily, because he's a secret agent, and all secret agents know how to disarm bombs.
Hey, I only died 13 times in this playthrough.
Nice. You did it.
Now I'm gonna switch over to Freedom Planet 2.
WinRAR is you.
WinRAR. And I'll probably play like a couple of levels of that before stopping.
Dokali.
Let's see here. Well, first, let me...
aside from all of that, I am basically at the end of Time Stranger, sort of, because then, like, when you get to, like, what they basically tell you is, yeah, this is the ending, or the final boss, or the final dungeon, whatever, and it's like, also, here's a bunch of, side quests that have just opened up, they're going to take a lot more time, so it's like, I'm at the end, but also not really.
So that's exactly what Cyber Sleuth does, where it's like, hey, the game's almost over, but, here's all these side quests.
There's a lot more side quests, I think, in Time Stranger. Like,
and there's the DLC stuff drop yet, or is that just like, hey, you bought it in advance?
So that's not yet. That'll be rolled out slower, I think. Other than like the Day 1 DLC, which is Black Agumon and Gabumon.
Which I think they're in the game naturally anyway. I think you just get them earlier that way.
No, it's the Bonds of Break. It's the last Evolution Kizuna movie forms that are in the game that you get an early access to the Ultimate. Black and the two Agumon and Gabumon, like Black variants, are DLC exclusive, like pre-order.
Is it just the Agumon and Gabumon variants, or is it all of their entire Evolution?
I don't know. What I can tell you though is Omnimon can slide evolve between the two versions, so I don't know if Omnimon's War is in anyway. He might be just because of that, but maybe that might be part of the DLC.
Okay.
Wait, you mean he can slide evolve between black version and the regular version?
Yeah.
So before, him with the
Range. I mean, that's
20
technically
button.
accurate. That's more accurate to how
So-
Omnimon's War is supposed to work, but still.
Just explain how each one of them works. Which character do you want me to play? So this one, she works exactly like she did in the previous game. She doesn't have the invincible lightning kicks, but she does have a Beyblade that she can use to fly towards and also damage enemies. She still has her motorcycle. She can shoot laser beams and float. She has an ice spear.
Let's pick the green one.
The green one?
Yeah.
I had to double check, because technically there's green on this one, so that's why I floated over. Alright. But, so, just real quick where I am in Time Stranger. Right now, I just got to that forest area. I don't need that. So I don't quite have ultimates yet, but I met the chief and the drunk, the chief and the chief's assistant, sorry.
Tarkusmon.
Yeah, I was gonna say this one. I don't know if I like the agent rank as opposed to the
Grinding.
memory system.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean,
I
I
can't
guess
remember. So in
this game's
Cyber
a lot
Sleuth,
harder
did
because
your Digimon like die at any point? Like, do they just get old and die, or no?
No, that's all the world. That's the World Series.
Okay.
Cyber Sleuth.
they basically was.
So how it worked is that Cyber Sleuth basically gave every Digimon a memory requirement, and that was how they balanced the early games. So you couldn't grind, is that higher level Digimon or more powerful Digimon have higher memory requirements. So as you progress, you unlocked more memory You unlock more memory to use stronger Digimon. Versus,
I forgot she has Mega Man X wall jumps.
Nice. Versus Time Stranger, which basically locks it behind point progression through side quests and main quests.
I love the motorcycle power up. It's so fun.
Which means I couldn't grind up to just get Black War Greymon and Imperial Dramon at Chapter 3 and then just destroy most of the game.
Sad, you have to actually play the game.
I know, right? I'm like, this boss fight is taking a while. Why can't I just have Black War Greymon instantly? Oh, I can't have him yet.
No.
How do I pull remember, you can put the bike away, which I accidentally just did. There's a way to pull it back out. I'm trying to remember how to do that. Is it
I will say it is fun doing Digi-Ride with Beelzemon, because he does just pull out his bike.
Yeah, I saw that in the video. On the other hand, there are a ton of champion forms that the game actually, gives you an excuse to use.
Yeah.
So I guess there's that.
I think that's the point, is that it's a slightly more delayed system for getting higher level mons, but it also encourages you to use more Digimon as you go.
It's not like when it's like, hey, you got the armor forms and the frontier Digimon, which require special items, but by the time you get them, you're way past the point where champions are useful.
Yeah.
Okay, back on the bike.
Now, it was kind of funny because I was like, oh, cool, they added Ranamon, or they called her Lanamon in this. And I'm like, okay, well, where are the rest of the Frontier guys? There's Grumblemon. Also,
Where's
no
Kazumon? Everyone likes her.
Also, no Shadow Seraphimon, which I was surprised at.
I mean, I don't think he's a real Digimon.
Yeah, but they have a bunch of other stuff that's not a real Digimon.
He was just the thing the guy used because he stole his data. He's like, I am now evil Seraphimon.
Well, I mean, it's hardly the first time they've given forms to stuff. I guess minor spoiler. There's at least 2 Digimon who are technically DNA Digivolves, but it's basically just one riding the other. There's one Digimon who just sits on another one. It's like, yep, that's the DNA Digivolve.
Silly Digimon in my Digimon game? Surely you jest.
But hey, you know what? Deputymon's in. Who doesn't like Deputymon?
Is he actually allowed to do something, or is he censored this time?
I mean, he's got a gun for a face still.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
in the English dub of the episode, he just immediately gives up because they didn't want to edit the part where he just goes crazy shooting his gun face until he runs out of ammo.
or he just shoots everyone.
Which reminds me,
So
I need to at some point buy the uncut Blu-ray that came out like last year. They released season 1 and 2 uncut in Japanese.
Nice.
Oh, I was gonna say in Japanese, not the English dub. I was gonna say, what are they gonna?
Yeah, they they don't have a dub for it, obviously.
I was gonna say, what did they do about all of the scenes that were cut, that weren't dubbed? And so I mean,
Because they released
You can wa-
basically they released 2 Blu-rays. One is the censored one, the one that we had as a kid, and then one is the uncut Japanese one. It's kind of like what they did with Sonic X.
Well, they're allowed to drink beer.
They're allowed to drink beer.
I mean, I always think
They can get that
I
Digimon.
mean, I watched a quote unquote uncensored version of the English dub, but all that really does is just add the Japanese scenes in
with silence, yeah.
with silence.
I mean, one of my favorite things was the GX dub, where they decided to bring in like one of the students' fathers, and he's obviously an alcoholic. Like his whole thing is that he's a fucking drunk. And then and all of his monsters are of course also fucking drunk. So how do they solve this problem? Oh, they're just high on hot sauce. He's a hot sauce guy.
Oh, I remember that.
Like, I am a hot sauce tycoon.
Yeah.
I
Take
love
us
it
for the
when
hot sauce business.
I love the weird ways they try to get around alcohol references in shows for kids back then, where they either make it like root beer, milk, a soda.
Jelly donut.
Yeah, well, it wasn't beer, but yeah.
Or it's just food, because they're like, kids can't handle being reminded.
I remember
Right,
as a kid, it
fucking
confused the hell out of me because I was like,
right.
I've never seen a donut that looks like that. Where can I find these donuts?
Right.
Honestly, I think it would have confused me. It would confuse me way less. They said rice ball. I would have been like, oh, what's a rice ball? And then there'd be an actual thing that's called a rice ball that exists in the real world. Instead of just being very confused why I've never seen a donut that looks like that.
You know what Brock does have
See, the
though?
thing is, I have seen donuts that look like that. They're coconut covered, so I was like, oh. I'm like, that's not a jelly donut, that's a coconut donut.
You know what Brock does have though?
What's
Drying
that?
pan.
It's true, he does have a drying pan. You know, that's the most memorable. You know, it's funny is I think everyone forgot about that movie other than that one scene. That's from Mewtwo Strikes Back.
I
I also remember the line where he's like, I didn't think Vikings were still around. I think they mostly lived in Minnesota.
That's from movie 2.
I thought that was also from YouTube.
I think it's movie 1 because
No.
isn't it like? I thought it was like.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
no,
wait.
Brock's not in movie.
No, because the drying pan is from the Johto Mewtwo coming back movie.
No, it's
I
from
could
the
be getting
first
names mixed
movie.
up.
No,
No,
it's from the first
drying
movie.
pan is not. No, the drying pan is from the second Mewtwo movie.
I swear it's in the first one.
No.
I feel like we need to settle this off stream.
Off stream, yeah, because I'm not getting that shit. I'm not getting copyright
We're not
claim.
getting DMCA just to prove
No,
me right.
I don't feel like Papa Nintendo taking his time to sue me too. He's got a lot of lawsuits, and he got many more in his system. He could go forever.
No, he's right. It's from Mewtwo Returns.
Is it? No.
I just looked it up.
I swear I remember. I never owned Mewtwo Returns, but I remember the line.
It's because it's been memed for years.
Oh no. What universe did you slip from?
It's
I was
Berenstain!
gonna say, is it Berenstain Bears in your universe?
Berenstain!
Is Nelson Mandela still alive?
Who's Nelson Mandela?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
It's worse than we thought. David, we gotta be careful. The universe might start collapsing any moment.
I mean, I know he'd be over 100 years old at this point, but you never know.
You never know. He'd always be there, waiting, watching, biding his time! Shit. I fucked that up. Haha, first try.
I guess he's looking it up himself, because I hear nothing but silence.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm reading.
Like, no! That's impossible!
No, it can't.
Well, I was just thinking, surely if it was the second one, it wouldn't be Ash, Rock, and Misty, because at least...
No, Johto was them returning, because Tracy was in Orange Island. When they went to Johto, Brock came back. And he was depressed over something that happened with him and Professor Ivy, and he was like, I don't want to talk about it.
This was a special that took place in Johto that wasn't an actual movie.
Yeah, it was like a TV special, but it was like, when they released it here, it was like set up as a VHS movie, because I had that VHS. So I remember watching that one a good bit. Because I had that one, because I remember watching that one, movie 1 and 2 a lot. I didn't watch movie 3 too much. I didn't like it as much.
I had movie 1, 2, and 3 on VHS. So that's how old it was.
Yeah, I had those on VHS. But, and there's like those old like plastic white clamshell ones.
Mine
I don't
was
think I
yellow.
had those. Huh? Yeah, mine were white.
And then after that, I fell out of Pokemon, so I never saw any of the other movies except for like my friend had Mewtwo Returns, and I watched it once. And then I've never seen a Pokemon movie or anime since.
I would sometimes see like parts of the movies or the later anime, like just like when I was like in college or like in like what have you, because they would show it on Cartoon Network, and I usually just have Cartoon Network playing on my TV back then.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I think by the time it got... I think I'd like stopped playing the games after Gen 2. I mean, I hadn't played a game from between like Gen 2 and Gen 7, so...
So like, I played Gen 1 and 2, obviously, and I love those games. I played Gen 3, and I just did not like navigating the map, so I just kind of dropped it. Then I picked up Diamond and Pearl, like, around the time I was going... and tried that one, and I just did not like it. Then I didn't touch them until Sun and Moon. Loved Sun and Moon. Didn't play the second Sun and Moon. Why? I'm not going to. And then I played Sword and Shield, and I just did not like it.
I picked up X and Y, and I did enjoy it. So I got Sun and Moon, and also enjoyed it. And at that point, like my other
I did play X and Y, and I got so annoyed at the characters that I stopped playing it. Then after I beat Sun and Moon, I went back, finished it, so I could put the Pokemon I had in that into my copy of Sun. And God is the main villain of that, like, just so shit.
Yeah, but Pokemon like sucks at doing plots and villains anyway, as usual.
I remember literally when he showed up at the end, I audibly groaned and was just like, how many times? How many fucking times? I was so fucking fed up with him.
I don't think Pokemon's ever done like a good villain.
Oh, come on, who doesn't like Lysandra? Who's just, you meet him and he's like, I want to kill everyone. People are filth. What? Nothing. Goodbye.
Anyway, I'm not that guy.
Like, wow, Mr. Lysandra, how passionate you are.
I mean, the main villain of fucking Sword and Shield is like, oh yeah, there'll be a crisis in 1,000 years, so the only thing I can do is to end the world now. Like,
let's speed it up, come on! Chop chop!
Couldn't you have done like anything else?
No.
Did you try? And then
that's hard. I'm not doing that.
And then Scarlet Violet doesn't really have a villain. It's like, oh, by the way, there's this AI thing, it's out of control. Blow it up. Okay. But
blow it up for me, please.
Yeah, I know. And like,
that's like Seymour logic right there. It's like, well, life can be kind of miserable, so let's just kill everyone.
Yeah, well, at least Seymour. I don't know. I rank Seymour like way above Lysander because at least Seymour has like stuff going for him. At least he's kind of just At least he's like a hateable asshole. Lysander's just a guy who's just there. And he's like, I want to kill everyone. Why? I don't know.
Pokemon.
It's like I have to kill everyone. Why? Well,
Pokemon.
We might run out of resources.
Why are you crying? Pokemon.
It's like I have to kill everyone. It's so sad. I'm gonna cry. Why? Because we might run out of resources one day.
I mean, like I said, Pokemon's always kind of struggled with
probably
this.
a million other ways. No, everyone must die.
And the best you sort of get is maybe Team Rocket, just because they're just criminals. Like that's it. There's no like grand plan. It's like, yeah, we just want to do crime. It's like, okay. Because then you get to like
Team Rocket. I like them.
Then you get to like Ruby, Emerald, and Sapphire. It's like, yeah, we want more land, we want more sea, and then they awaken the things they spent the whole game trying to awaken. Like, oh, this has gone bad. No, whoops. That's how all those people who said it was a bad idea.
I mean, the ones that were in Sun and Moon. To be fair, I did like them.
Yeah.
That's because the evil team in Sun and Moon was just like a giant distraction.
Yeah.
I mean, I even like the actual villain too. Like, they were actually pretty good.
But yeah, it's as I said, Pokemon's like never really been about plot, which is fine. You know, like that's going to be their strength. That's kind of why like Digimon's always.
Neither is the gameplay, but yeah.
Yeah. It is kind of a weird thing, because I know, like, the new Legends game has come out, but I just have, like, no desire to look at it.
Yeah, like, I think it just came out. And, like, that's interesting. Anyway, Digimon.
If I don't buy it, then maybe Digimon will just do a little bit better. Just that smidge better. I mean, I know Pokemon will, like, sell because it's Pokemon. You know,
Pokemon.
You can shit on a piece of paper, and as long as you call it, like...
It says Pokemon on it. You put a Pikachu on it,
as long as you call it, like,
Turgid.
You could shit, and then as long as you call it like Turgula and give it googly eyes, people will buy that shit.
Yeah. Turgula, go! Turgula.
Yeah, exactly. You telling me you literally couldn't see it?
No, I can. Listen, Zelda fans are just as bad. There was a time I got this like really shitty bottle opener that was Zelda themed, and like when I say Zelda themed, it just had like the NES sprite of Link on it, and it couldn't even open bottles. And I sold it on eBay, and I got like $30 for it. And I was like, are you fucking shitting me?
Damn.
I was like, why are you spending... I was sitting there looking at it like, why are you guys spending this money on a bottle opener that doesn't even fucking work?
It's got Zelda on it.
It's got Link on it! It's not even like it was an interesting background, it was just Link's sprite from the NES game just standing there. Not even, like, with an interesting background. Nothing.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Not even menacingly, more like dopily.
But yeah, I mean... I don't know, it is good that Time Stranger has had, like, a big success story.
It's been interesting watching, people who, are Pokemon only and, like... who've never like touched Digimon, looking at like, what the hell is this? Like they're
I know a lot of hardcore Digimon. I mean, Pokemon only guys that are like, this is so much better than any Pokemon game they've released in the last decade.
Do you know what it is? It's the power of mascots. Like, the mascot for Pokemon is Pikachu. He never evolves, never does anything. The mascot for Digimon is Agumon, who like always comes up with the new and more exciting ways to be fucking weird. It's like, hey, what if he became giant? Okay, but then what if he got a sick metal arm? Okay, but then what if he became smaller, but everybody was just all weapon? Okay, well what if we had a different Agumon, and this one became a different Greymon, but then when he evolved again, he just got a gun for an arm? He just used the power of gun.
I love how sometimes it's just like, and then gun. And next thing, like, when I was saying to someone like, hey, should I try that Digimon game? And someone explained how like Digimon have multiple evolution routes, so you don't have to stick to one. You can evolve, and immediately she's like, "I'm interested." Like when she learned that she could like zip around forms, and everything like that, she immediately became interested in the game.
If you're clever, you can probably get basically any mon into any other mon.
My Chumon became my first Gatomon. That's how I got Gatomon.
I stupidly always keep my starter along their normal line when I realistically should be realistically I should have like turned that Patamon into a Lucemon.
My Patamon I did do the standard one where it's my starter is my Angemon.
Yeah.
He hasn't got, and I of course want to be vanilla and make him become Magna Angemon. That's where I want to go next.
Then you got to pick which Mega. He's got 4.
That's true. That's gonna be a choice. I'll have to decide.
Or if you want to be true to Venture, you can have him become Shakuamon with Ankylomon.
That's true. I could do that.
And then you can go his canonical Mega, which is Vikemon, which is also just the same as Gomamon's Mega.
You know, I think I'm just going the wrong way.
Which is especially funny because like they've given like Silphymon a very specific Mega, like oh yeah, this is like the Silphymon version of Imperialmon, and then fucking Shakuamon gets nothing. He gets to be Vikemon. Everyone else can be Vikemon.
You get to be Vikemon. You get to be Vikemon. Everybody gets to be Vikemon. Oh my goodness!
It also helps that Shakuamon was kind of just the lamest of those combos anyway. Like he just stands there and shoots beams out of his eyes because he can't move because he's a fucking statue.
Yeah.
At least the other two can fight.
Yeah, he's that. I don't know what kind of statue that's a reference to, but like Shin Megami Tensei has the exact same, has a creature that's the exact same.
It's a Shinto thing. I just don't remember.
Yeah, I keep wanting to say Jizo, but it's not a Jizo. It's fuck. Is it a Dogu? Is it a Dogu? I guess I could just look it up, right?
Oh, by the way, the level I'm in right now, this is basically the crash site of the Brevin ship from the first game.
Oh yeah, it is a Dogu, which is a small figurine, humanoid and animal figurines made of prehistoric Japan.
Oh yeah, I did unlock yesterday when I was playing a little bit the Mimikyu before Mimikyu Digimon. I'm trying to remember his name. The one where he's just wearing a giant like dinosaur suit.
Oh, X-Tyrannomon.
Yes.
He might have actually come after Mimikyu, to be fair. He's not, like, old.
I thought I had a trading card of him as a kid.
I'll double check to see when he came
I could be
out.
wrong. I could just be misremembering. This could be the part of the parallel universe that I'm from.
Digital Monster, he debuted in Digital Monster version 5, which came out... Okay, don't tell me then.
You didn't need to know that. You want to know this? You don't want to know this.
Yeah.
I know.
What made those bones? You don't want to know what made those bones. Courage Dog was a good show.
Sorry, Courage. You died.
But you know what? At least he came and went and didn't get degraded. So yeah.
I mean, I think the big problem with Digimon is that every time I'm like, oh cool, that Digimon's in, my immediate response is, where's the next one? I'm like, oh cool, we got Shoutmon and Omega Shoutmon, and we're actually having them be a Digivolution. Like, okay, cool. Where's Shoutmon Cross 3, guys? Where's Cross 4?
You know, I do, just remind me, I do need to watch the new show that came out.
Beat Break, yeah, it's alright so far. It's only 2 episodes, so...
I mean, yeah, it's only 2 episodes, I just need to sit down and watch it. I gotta find a site to watch it, because I do not have Crunchyroll, and I'm not getting a Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it's fair. I'm sure you can find...
Oh, it's not, it is just more of I just gotta sit down and do it. It's not an issue of it's not like oh, this is an impossible hurdle, how will I ever? No, I know how to do it. I just gotta sit down and actually do it.
Because then I'm also like, I'm a Nervamon, become Nervamon, and I don't want to look it up. Because I want to be... There are some things where I'm like, well, okay, I actually do know now, but I don't want to say because... You know, that might be something for Sabo, because he also knows Crosswords. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a big fan of him, but yes.
And then, yeah, as I said, I'm like, where are all the other Frontier guys? I mean, I think that is just the thing with Digimon. It's just
There's one more boss fight that I'm gonna do today, and that's when I'll stop stream.
Yeah. It's just, there is just always like, but I want more. Give me more.
No, I get it, because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of forms that are really cool. Like, was it, one of my friends is like, man, I really want them to put in Lami no Mom. When are they gonna fucking put her in?
I mean, there's a ton of DLC packs coming. Maybe they'll be in them.
Yeah,
That's
I wouldn't be
also
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we'll get like some like more notable ones.
Oh, this track is fucking good.
This game sold. I think it sold pretty well, so I expect they're gonna be milking it for a while, especially.
Oh
since
yeah,
everyone's
they've already even said that it's selling well. I know.
It's done well.
It was.
point,
I know.
It's surprising how a game will sell well despite having. Because when I first saw the price tag, I was like, "Geez, that's ridiculously expensive." And then when I played the game, I was like, "Oh, that's why it was so expensive." Because there's a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah, it's
There's
a lot of game.
What actually sells the game is they actually, sold you the game because they released trailers and information. People knew that the game was coming out and they weren't afraid, and it wasn't like buried. It's like, oh yeah, here's like Bamco at like all of the major like gaming things and doing their like reveals, and it's like, oh yeah, and also Digimon. Like they made sure people knew that they were making it. Whereas like the big thing with Cyber Sleuth was that
they did like a big push, considering it also got a fucking anime immediately after it dropped too, like Digimon.
So they had the sense to like cross promote, get people aware that the game was coming out, get people to see the game, because like fundamentally it's not a whole lot different from Cyber Sleuth. Like there are some quality of life changes, but like I think a lot of people who like Time Stranger will also retro.
Oh yeah, I plan to go back and get Cyber Sleuth when it's on an insane discount, because it's usually on pretty good discounts.
It's also Cyber Sleuth, but like more.
Yeah, it's taking what works in Cyber Sleuth and refining it, which is how you do sequels or. Well, I don't want to say about that.
Someone said it's the Digimon equivalent of Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, kind of.
And that they put a ridiculous amount of effort into it compared to most games.
Yeah.
Of that caliber.
I know. Apparently, like it was in like. I think it was like the number 1 or 2 bestseller on Steam when it dropped.
Yeah.
And people were even pointing out that it was like completely dwarfing, like, because usually people like go like, oh, Persona 5. It was completely dwarfing Persona 5.
Yeah, I mean, I saw those clickbait article titles too.
Yeah.
Like I said, what
Persona 5.
Well, it's because that's like the only RPG a lot of those sites know about.
Yeah.
Well, I just mean Persona 5 didn't come out on Steam until like years after it had come out on.
Yeah, it had been out for a little bit.
So most people that really wanted to play Persona 5 had
already played the console version.
It's not like here where it's like dropped on Steam.
I have it, but I haven't really played the PC version because I played the console version.
Oh yeah, I haven't even bothered with it. But even when it's like on sale for like $10, I'm like, but why do I want to buy it when I have the console version?
I can already.
I was giving it for Christmas, so I'm like, oh cool. When I eventually want to sit down and give this a real replay, I can just do this. But I'll probably have to get a mod just so I have all my social link stuff, because I don't feel like grinding that shit again.
Well, yeah, that's another thing. I was like, if I want to play through the story again, I'll just use New Game Plus of the version I've already completed. Why would I want to start completely from scratch again? It's not like with Persona 4 Golden, where I had no choice because my Vita memory card died. Which I was fine with. Whatever, I haven't played it in a while.
As it turns out, well, now you can wait for the remake, which will have less content. And then
until they put it back in DLC.
Yeah. And
then
you'll thank them.
Yeah, thank us. I still think it's funny that they are so, like, comically dead set on no FMMC, to where they tripled down on it, but saying the stupidest thing like, listen, we want to focus on new experiences. And why are you fucking making Persona 4 again? What do you fucking mean, new experiences? Where's the new experience?
I mean, at least one guy just straight up said, look, we don't think the game really works with a female protagonist, because...
When they said that, well, no, this is talking about the FMMC for Persona 3, because, that was the thing, and they don't have it in there, the reboot.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, even when because they're like, how come you never had the female protagonist with anyone else, and how come you won't ever release the female protagonist in any other... Like, the only other thing the female protagonist ever showed up in was Q2, which was like a big big selling point of the game. And they were just like, alright, look on... And I mean, most people came up with like their usual ridiculous excuses, but the other one guy is look, I just don't think the game works with a female protagonist because we're playing as most of the players are dudes, and like the game is mostly waifus. The game is
like
mostly
I'm fine with
waifus.
that one. It's when they like that's a whatever. It's I'm mocking when you're giving me shit like. Well, one, because also one of the reasons people want it is so they have a version of 3 that has all of the content, because there isn't one, and there still isn't one.
There never will be.
There never will be. They've quadrupled down on that shit. But, but like, when you look me in the eye and say we want to make new experiences, and then you're just, your new experience on the horizon is a fucking remake again, like, come the fuck on. Don't lie to me.
I was like, yeah, so how about Persona 6? And they're like, yeah. I think they just don't know what to do.
And, like, they just don't really want to do it, because even, like, the fucking gacha, there's not, like, a female avatar option. Like, you know how, like, in, like, say if it's, like, any of the other ones, if they give your character a appearance, it's like, here's the boy, here's the girl one. Knock yourself out, and they walk away.
Yeah,
and they just don't change the dialogue. And even in the gacha, they're like, no, fuck off. Which I think is hilarious.
I kind of hate to say it, because you guys aren't, like, super there yet. But there's a lot of arguments to be made that Time Stranger is a new SMT.
I've heard someone say something like that, where they said that it is, that Pokemon is to Persona, or Persona is to Pokemon, or something like that, as Digimon is the SMT. Sorry.
Yeah, there is a lot of SMT elements that go into like the second half of the game. We'll soon get there. I don't want to say.
Well, I mean, there's also, I mean, SMT only had a game come out a couple years ago. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I even played the expanded version of it, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. They actually, they actually did a decent job in making a second story and getting rid of most of the annoying parts of the original game.
Ultimately, I think Time Stranger does just prove that if you make a game and if you make a good game and if you tell people you've made a good game, people will buy the game.
Yeah, and like I said, it does help. So yeah, this is the boss battle I'm going to end on. It does help too that I do think a lot of people are there are a lot of people who are kind of tired of the Pokemon's unchanging formula.
Yeah.
So they want something different. It's not that they don't like Pokemon necessarily. I'm not. It's just that they want something different. They want something new.
Well, they say Pokemon has always been like about the next generation of like little kids who have never played it before. They said for the most part. Whereas Digimon kind of fell off for so long that when a new Digimon thing comes out, it's mostly older people that are fans as kids, and not as many, like little kids. Like they're not making it first and foremost. They're making it first and foremost for like older fans, as opposed to like whereas Pokemon is like, all right, how do we get the current generation of 6-year-olds into the franchise?
Yeah. Whereas I think this is where Digimon is at least has better potential, because I think like as sort of proven, like look how many people who barely or never interacted with Digimon before who are like, oh, this Time Stranger thing is blowing up. People really like.
So
this
Pokemon's
game.
not making any friends right now with how they're reacting.
Which to a fucking like indie game that I think literally has only gotten more sales because they're stupid shit. That I didn't even give a shit about it until they were doing this stuff. And I knew about it.
People are like, well, so when's Nintendo gonna sue Bandai Namco for Digimon?
I mean, they won't.
We've kind of lost that. They've kind of already lost the chance to do that.
Well, it's because they're like, if they're not gonna do that, then they have no right picking on Palworld either.
They never did, to be blunt. But
I mean, I
they don't
want
to do that because Palworld is a smaller company, so they're hoping to just beat them out on money to kill them in court, and they do not want to deal with Bandai Namco, who has money, so they can like fight.
Plus, also like, as sort of demonstrated where Palworld gained way more sales because of the lawsuit. If they fight Bamco, Time Stranger just blows up more. Like people will spite by the like Ultimate Edition, just so.
Hell, like I've thought about spite. I've been thinking about spite buying Palworld just because of the way they've been acting.
I really think they're playing a dangerous game, because if they get ruled against, that could like really fuck them over. Like they seem to be banking on the idea that they can just annoy Palworld with money enough that they give up, because the judges already like starting to get tired of their bullshit and like being like, no, like the thing you're arguing, you didn't even do.
You don't believe this.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying like they have a good chance of like getting ruled against and completely fucking over Pokemon.
I mean, Pokemon will survive. It will just be
Yeah, they'll live.
It'll just be the case of like Nintendo will get a bloody nose and they'll burn a lot of goodwill, which they've already done, and
They've been
mean,
they've been going through it
yeah.
really crazy lately.
yeah, and then they'll just like do alright, new Zelda game announced, and it'll be
And everyone will
over.
start clapping like seals.
Someone said the Switch made them arrogant because they made so much money that they're like, we could do fucking anything,
Yeah.
and your staff will still
A
buy
little
it.
bit.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Wii also like really helped.
Eh, fucking, I'll do one more lap.
Well, yeah.
We're still kind of chatting, fuck it.
Yeah, but then the Wii U bombed, so that kind of.
Yeah, they definitely are extremely cocky right now. Oh yeah, I forgot. Also, Microsoft, the Xbox is probably going to be dead soon.
I'm not surprised. It's never generated profit. I'm pretty sure.
What was it? So, one thing that happened is the one thing that we predicted ages ago, which is after they bought up so much of the market, you know, the Game Pass became extreme. It like blew up to like 50% more cost now.
Yeah.
And this is something like I remember people yelling at yelling at me, and we talked about it in agreement where it's like, yeah, once they owe that much, they're just gonna make the prices higher. It's gonna fuck up competition. It's not a good thing. And lo and behold, hey, look.
Well, I mean, for me, what has always been the sticking point is that Microsoft doesn't ever fucking make games anyway.
No.
Like
They just
buy
buy them.
They buy up all these studios and they do nothing with them, ever.
They just sit on it. Like, yeah.
It seems like they're just trying to get rid of these studios so they can't make games for other companies.
Honestly, that would make more sense than what they do now, because like the amount of companies they buy that just don't do anything or never do anything.
Hey, when's the last time Rare put out anything?
Sea of Thieves.
Oh, I forgot that was them.
Yeah, exactly. Which, to be fair, is like still getting content, but like, you know, Rare were a big fucking deal when they bought them, and then they did like Viva Pinata and like fuck all until.
They don't even have the Donkey
Hey!
Kong
They made nuts and bolts.
Yeah, they did. Nobody gave a shit. They decided we're gonna make Banjo-Kazooie, but we're not gonna make it a Banjo-Kazooie.
We don't want to make
game.
Banjo-Kazooie. You know what? I kind of respect the Sly devs for being like,
you must
be like, we don't want to make
it quite bad.
Yeah, it's like if you don't want to make a game, that's fine. Don't make the game. Like, yeah, I'll be sad if I don't get like to see another entry in the series I like, but it's better than just like making a completely different game and then like slapping the fucking like characters I recognize on top of it and trying to pretend that it's anything other than that.
They don't even have the Donkey Kong design anymore. Like Nintendo is just like basically like, all right, so this Bonanza is now the new Donkey Kong design going forward.
Yeah.
Well, they've been wanting to change it, put the design into a box for a while now. They'd never really liked that design.
So, yeah, Microsoft do this genius idea of spending all this money buying up a huge share of the market to then not capitalize off of that? Like, at all? To the point
It's
where
nonsensical.
To the point where when they do have a game, they literally cannot have it as an exclusive because they've cost so much because of all the other fucking stupid things they've done. Like, Game Pass is one of those things where it's a nice idea, but it can never actually work.
And everything is getting so expensive these days to the point where, like, it's becoming unsustainable.
Yeah, and, you know, we're already going to see,
Superman. Like... It's like Superman not making as much money as it could have because of how much it costs to make.
Yeah.
Like you can't just bank on the idea that we need at least $1 billion in profit from everything we do, or it's a failure. And like, well,
they've lost the plot on making like your smaller projects to fund the bigger projects.
Like, and this is where Sony actually.
And this is throughout industries, but it's also because equity firms own like pretty much everything these days.
This because they've seen that a few things make billions, and they're like, we got to get that too.
Yeah. They all chase the dream, but this is where Sony is at least better at it because like they're also like overly greedy and over-exerting.
Oh god, they're gonna get fucking terrible when they don't have much competition. By the way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. But what I'm saying is that they've at least played it smarter with buying up all these studios because A, the studios were still making games, but also they make cheaper games.
Oh yeah.
Stuff that Microsoft was like, okay, we're going to buy up studios, and A, they're not going to make games, and B, when they do make games, they're going to be so costly that we can't afford to actually capitalize off of it. And also, Game Pass is going to basically fuck us over, so these games aren't actually going to be making profit because they're going to be sold at a net loss for a Game Pass. As I said, it's a nice idea. It's just impractical. Like, you can convert like the money from a movie into you can convert the money from like a high-profile TV show from subscribers subscription service and like a low to mid-budget movie. Like, the higher the budget, the more impossible it is to actually use subscription services as a means. Like, this is why like AI is like fucking doomed, right? Because people have worked out that
unsustainable.
I think people have worked out that if ChatGPT was to charge a subscription service equivalent in price to Netflix's, they'd need like 3.5 billion peak subscribers to make money.
Of course, it's all going to consolidate into one company.
Well, I mean, I hate to say it, the AI bubble was like on the verge of popping, which is real bad for you guys because your economy's propped up by AI investments.
It's the only thing Trump hasn't fucking fucked up.
Well, that's because
Target, I should
I was
say.
counting on AI.
well, that's because it's fucking itself up. Because it's a product that doesn't work.
I don't need to
Like,
do my work at fucking it up. I can just leave it over here. You will do it for me.
Yeah, you can have like ChatGPT write essays and all this shit, but it doesn't do it well. And like, I think 95% of the jobs it has been they have tried to give AI to do, it has failed at. Like, it is.
Yeah, remember when they tried having it be like a lawyer and it just was really bad?
Yeah, like 95% of tasks it has decided it will fuck up in some capacity. The margin for errors are crippling. The costs are insane. Like, the only reason it's still going is because people are investing money because
they've invested so much money into it. They're like, we can't fail. We spent so much money. Spend more money.
Yeah. It's people are.
I think it's like NFTs where they're like, we have to make this work because think how much profitable it will be if we can sell things that don't exist. Here they're like, we have to make this work. Think how much profit we'll make if we have workers we don't have to pay.
Yeah, they want it to work, but that just simply is not going to happen because even if the technology worked as intended, even if it was at that point, and it probably will be at someday, but it's not there now. But even if it was at that point, the astronomical cost to run like the data centers we're talking about, in order to use AI for this amount of tasks we want, like the energy costs will be so through the roof. Like, no company can ever actually cover the cost of it all. Like, and it's all sort of hinges on the fact that these AI companies are on the surface, like, you know, on the surface they look good, but in reality they're all like they all like lose money. Like, there's no way for them to make money. It's all just people speculating that someone will crack the code.
It basically reminds me of I can't remember what the movie was. It was a movie that was like taking place during the Great Depression. Where it was like, and it was like a movie about a boxer, and like they go into like the manager's house, which he's got this big mansion. They go inside, and there's nothing inside. That's what it makes me think of.
Yeah, I mean it's the dot-com bubble all over again. It's people are speculating on this new technology because they've basically been sold like hype and buzzwords by Silicon Valley people.
Oh yeah,
and
by the way, the buzzword thing is so funny. So I have a desk fan, and it's a good little desk fan. So, like, and you know how, like, there's, like, some will have, like, sensors, like, hey, when it's this much degrees, we can have it where the fan will adjust its speed, and it's just, like, a basic, like, sensor with a thermostat. Because of the buzzword stuff, they refer to it as AI.
Yeah. And people get sold in on this. And eventually it's going to pop. Like, it's not going to be too much longer before it does, because we're already seeing the signs that, like, AI investment is slowing down because costs are still ballooning.
Yeah, it costs way too much.
People are spending more and more money to get nothing back because it costs more and more for them to build like the data centers and for and to like earmark money for like data center buildings. It's all gonna come crashing down. Like, I think Nvidia might also. I think when it does, I think Nvidia might be like fucked.
Yeah, they've spent an insane amount on that.
And
hell, the amount they spent on that, and like fucking like the ray tracing shit. Like they spent so much on ray tracing to where they made it so they made deals with a bunch of games where you could not turn it off.
Yeah.
Basically, where that was a setting for a while. I think they some of them went back to where you can now turn them off. Cause like the new Doom game, you couldn't turn it off, and my computer cannot do ray tracing. So I was like, well, I guess I'm not getting the new Doom game. So I didn't buy the new Doom game. But I think now it's turned off, because one of my friends has the game, and they're playing on an older laptop than what I've got. So... But still...
Yeah. As I said, it's like... And Nvidia stock is like so widely, like, or so massively overvalued.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's basically, I think, doomed. So I don't think there is a world where Nvidia, could pull itself out of the hole it has dug for itself. And, yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be pretty bad.
Oh yeah. By the way, I love this. They're dead now, but I love this enemy type in this game. They're praying mantises with boxing gloves where their little like blades should be, and they just walk up and punch you. I love them. They're so stupid.
One punch mantis.
Oh, he's got 2 punches actually.
No, doesn't quite work.
That reminds me, you know, because I mentioned before how the creator of My Hero was like, used to do like a lot of like Mega Man fan art, and that's how I got into it. And then you can notice with Uraka's boots and shit like that. But the Dustman was a contest entry by the One Punch Man guy.
Neat.
I just learned that the other day, and I think that's really cool.
It is neat.
Good old Dustman.
One Punch Man is like that series where I'm like, I think it's like a fine enough joke, but I also think the series has just gone on too long.
Yeah. I think like the first season's all you need.
I think sometimes it's like, sometimes a joke can just be told and that's it.
Yeah, we've done our joke. We're fine now.
I do like how people keep trying to like do crossover fights with him, and it's like, so what happens? He wins in one punch. That's the joke.
Yeah.
That's the gag.
Like that's the gag. It doesn't matter how powerful he is. Like could he beat Goku with? Yeah, he'd hit him,
yes.
Punch him once, and Goku would be defeated. That's the joke.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like, well, blah, blah, and it's like, what's it? Yes, but what? But why is your joke or plot power going to trump his? You have no reason to suspect that.
Yeah. I mean, we've kind of said before that like Death Battle and shit.
That's the problem. That's the problem with most fight
power
arguments.
scaling stupid.
It's like the character I like, you know, all of their plot stuff will work, and the character I don't like, you know, none of their plot stuff. Like,
yeah.
What do you base this on beyond the fact that you like this character more? It's like, well, I like this character more.
Yeah. Or
But, like,
yeah, in the case of Death Battle, Rooster Teeth paid the bills.
Actually, they did finally have Ruby lose a fight because they're no longer part of the same thing.
Also, Ruby doesn't exist anymore.
Ruby lost to the Soul Eater girl.
Yeah. The fight they've been hyping for, they wanted for so long, and they're like, wait, Ruby's not supposed to lose?
Like, no, they don't own by the same company anymore. They are no longer contractually obligated to have Ruby win. I still can't get over the Tifa one where they basically did the equivalent of like the Goku meme of like taking off her legs, arm, blindfolding her, and then said Yang's powers are inconsistent, so we decided to be completely insane with it.
They're inconsistent, therefore they are infinite.
The sad thing is how they waited till the end of that chapter. They wouldn't have been able to use that argument.
Yeah,
it's true. You know the fucked up part is they would know that too because they're with the same company.
We could have just like sent an email and say, hey, Greg in the Canton or whatever, can you follow this up for me?
But
this would have been like, actually Yang's defense is so crappy that she couldn't even take one sword hit.
Yeah.
But power scaling in general is always stupid because it's like they usually don't like with the One Punch Man thing. Like they don't understand like writing in general. They're trying to make characters into stat blocks. Like it's good. Sorry.
As the world's greatest grifter Stan Lee once said, whoever wins is dependent on the writer.
And he's right. He may be a grifter, but he's right.
Okay, you know what? Maybe he's only the world's second greatest grifter. I think Bob Kane might be the first.
No, you're right.
Doesn't it make your piss boil that Batman v Superman is the first Batman movie that gave Bill Finger credit?
Yes. Yes, actually, it does. It really does.
Doesn't that actually make you angry? Makes me angry.
Bean. Yeah.
What? What? You're gonna be like, what did Bill Finger actually contribute other than literally everything?
Listen, all he did was do everything.
I was gonna say, it's not the worst movie to get first credit on, but yeah.
Isn't it?
I mean, it could have been Batman and Robin.
Honestly, would have been more preferable.
What if it was Suicide Squad?
I genuinely, even though they're both.
That's true. It could have been Suicide Squad, which is a great character piece.
Yeah, I've never seen Suicide Squad, so I can't actually say. I've just heard the good things. So, like,
Yeah, you've heard excellent things about it.
You've never actually even seen the movie?
No, I've not spoken to Sam in a long time.
I wonder
You
why.
think he's still alive?
I occasionally see him pop up on Discord as online, so unless someone's like killed him and taken his.
Maybe it's a shambling corpse.
Quick, go on and be like, so what's your opinion on Suicide Squad again? He's like, I hated it, it sucks.
You're like, wait a minute, you're not Sam! Who are you? And can you be my friend?
He's like, what have you done? What have you done? What have you done? Sam is like, oh wait.
Oh wait, I don't care actually.
He's like, I did research. So wait, see,
I know you don't want that. It's funnier this way.
Great character piece. Nobody would think that.
Like, if we got rid of Sam and replaced him with a better Sam, then we wouldn't be able to make. I wouldn't have anyone to make fun of with their opinions about Jurassic Park.
But wait, would a better Sam be a even more wrong opinion Sam? You know, because of the way the model works.
Yeah, but then I feel like when you get into that, then it'd be like into actually like you know, it's funny to say, oh, he has wrong opinions because I just disagree with a lot of things that he like, or I disagree with a lot of his reasoning for things. But you know, they're all for like silly things. Like I disagree with him saying he's a Resident Evil fan when he's like he's only played the light gun games. I disagree with him like hating Jurassic Park despite having never seen the movie. He just thinks it's a dumb concept, which the movie is about it being a bad concept. Anyway.
I mean, I disagree with him for saying Suicide Squad is a great character piece because literally nobody in the history of ever except him has said that. Yeah, but
I also never watched it, so I can't. That's the one thing I'm like, no, I've never seen it, so I can't. I can't criticize.
Well, I have seen it. Allow me to set the record straight. It's not a great character piece.
It's kind of like how I can never say.
In case you were wondering, no, it's not a good character piece.
It's kind of like how I can never actually say that if Ghostbusters 2016 was bad because I never watched it. And to be fair, I haven't watched like the other two movies that came out after it. So maybe they're secretly all three of them are genius, but I haven't watched them, so I have no real desire to watch them. So I guess I'll never know if that cat is alive or dead.
I mean, the sequels aren't too bad, but no, Ghostbusters 2016 is exactly as bad as everyone says it is.
Oh yeah, I forgot they added rail grinding in this game.
Oh, we're really Sonic.
They really are.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's, I'm sure it is a film that exists and can be described in such a manner. I'll never know. I'll never know. Because even if I'm, like, round someone's house and they're playing it, I'll just simply not watch. I have that ability. I will retreat into my mind palace.
That's more restraint than I'd show.
As I've gotten older, it's like...
It's easier to just be like, you know what? I'm not interested in that. I'm just gonna go for something else. I'm running out of time. I'm old. My time limit's coming up.
It's more of the case of I'm like, you know, what if instead of like watching things, instead of like giving things that don't deserve my money or attention, my money and my attention just to hate watch them, what if I just use that to watch stuff that I like?
Nah, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, hatred is what fuels me.
But no, I actually am with you on that one. Like, unironically, Trainman, I don't really waste my time with stuff I know I'm not going to be interested in anymore. I think it's funny, like, when people are like, well, why don't you revisit if you didn't like it? Because I didn't like it. Well, revisit it. Maybe you'll like it now. I don't want to. If I decide to revisit it, that's on my own. You cannot make me revisit it if I don't have an interest in it.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of stuff that I've watched exactly once and thought, yeah, never again. And I can't say I've ever felt like I've missed out.
Yeah.
Like, it's just more the case of...
Like, I revisited SA2 and ended up liking it, but that was because I chose to do that. Like, there was someone who was trying to force me to, like, revisit Bayonetta, which I didn't like back in the day, and I was like, no. Like, it's only like $7 on Steam or something like that. I'm like, alright, well, you pay for it then.
For me, I always think
they did not pay for it, by the way.
Coward. For me, I always think of like a Mitchell and Webb sketch where they're basically it's basically like playing two producers who are making, I mean, legally distinct, but basically like American Idol or X Factor or stuff like that, where it's just to laugh at people being stupid. The freak shows, and their argument is that you have the people who will unironically watch it, but then you have the people who will only watch it ironically. But it doesn't matter because they'll all just count the same numbers
it's
anyway.
money. It's like
it's
that person who was mad, who hated Rosalina and then bought all those amiibos, and they destroyed them, but all that said to Nintendo was, man, people really like Rosalina.
Yeah. So you're far better off just not engaging, because you'll never win. You'll never win by giving them exactly what they want, which is your money and your attention. So
they must know my displeasure, and they must rue it.
So it's like, just if you want to win, just don't play the game.
Like, what was it? So like, I started like early on like watching Jujutsu Kaisen, and then it just got stupid. Actually, I said watching reading, and then it got stupid, and I didn't like it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop. And I stopped, and I was happy.
Yeah.
The first moment where I finally started hitting the, I could just stop anytime was actually, funny enough, fucking WWE, because I was like, you know what? I'm not liking what they're doing. I should just stop. And then I did, and I was so much happier. And then that became the catalyst for doing that for everything that I don't like.
At a certain point, hate engaging is just not worth it.
It's not.
What do you get out of it? Oh, well, I can like make my eloquence about why I don't like something more articulated. It's like, okay, cool.
I just like to vent my rage.
It's like, I can save that. Yeah.
Keeps me grounded. Without it, I might actually, vent rage on something that might get me in trouble.
I mean,
it's just the thing with me where
nobody really cares about your opinion on some fictional thing.
See Destiny.
Yeah. So basically, I was like, I'm wasting my time with this when I could, like, just spend this time on something that I would be more interested in that I'm ignoring or procrastinating on because I'm chasing this thing around instead, and that's stupid and a waste of my time. And and we're getting old. We're running out of that. We're running out of time.
I'm gonna live for
that. I will hate watch stuff. Well, I don't know if I'll hate watch stuff, but I'll probably be opinionated on stuff until the day I die.
Fine. I just mean that, like...
I mean, I'm opinionated, but, like, it's...
I still have another 40 years, at least.
Simply would choose to be immortal.
No, just people in my family tend to live, like, much longer than they should, so, unless I get into a tragic accident, I probably have at least another 40 years.
You did survive DC.
I did. I survived DC many times.
And New York.
Oh.
It is actually pretty impressive.
I am reliably informed that every democratic-run city is a war zone where they are killing and pillaging on the streets. They're eating the dogs and the cats, just all the time, 100% of the time.
It's very true. I went down to. I went down a little bit, and I saw that happening. It was crazy.
I also survived driving down to Florida and returning alive, so it's that.
Yeah, Florida man didn't get you.
Florida man didn't get me. I didn't just accidentally drive right off into the water.
Correct.
I mean, there's a thing. You're driving and suddenly there's ocean.
Suddenly,
suddenly you hit the end of the tree. I didn't have much drive into the James River though, in Williamsburg, but
I had it coming.
It's because I made the mistake of driving myself instead of taking the transportation, because I was like, oh, it's only a couple of miles, I might as well use my own car.
Yeah, and I was what's like, the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen? It turns out you go over this ridiculously narrow bridge that like you can just go right off and like go right into the River James.
Health and safety nightmare.
Yeah. And join all the first settlers who fell off the ship.
Magic. Anyway.
Battle Royale.
Ah, I see. It's another battle royale game. That's still a thing, or has Fortnite killed all of them?
I think Fortnite's killed all of them. People still play Fortnite.
I think PUBG's still around. I think that's like the only other one that's still around.
Yeah, I don't think that.
People still play. People were like, in 10 years, we went from like the NES to the GameCube and the PS2, and it's like in 10 years, we've gone from Fortnite to Fortnite.
I'm dead.
HD was a mistake.
I mean,
You know what? I think I'll do this next stream. Because I did go a lot further than I expected because we were just bullshitting for so long.
this is to go even further beyond.
No. Anyway, it's time to leave.